Hi everybody and welcome back to our cooking show. Always here with my mother,
Franca.
And on today's episode, we are making Easter bread.
Pane Dolce di Pasqua.
And we'll show you just how easy it is to make. Coming up next on Love What You Eat. So in preparation of making this Easter bread, we have to start off by blooming the yeast. What is it that we need and how do we do that?
With lukewarm milk, sugar, we add in the yeast, give it a whirl, and we set it aside for about 5 or 6 minutes till the yeast blooms. If it doesn't bloom, that means your yeast is no good and you will ruin the recipe.
So then you will have to rinse and repeat and start again.
Definitely.
Perfect. Because without that blooming properly, you will have a dough that does not rise and it will just ruin the whole recipe. So we are going to start off by blooming our yeast, and then we are going to go ahead and add the rest of our ingredients for this sweet dough. Not to worry, always list of ingredients and directions always found in the video description. So let us start by blooming the yeast. So we're just gonna cover it with a plate while it blooms and set it aside. It'll just keep a little bit of the lukewarm temperature there as it blooms, and we'll show you what it looks like in a few minutes. So the yeast has been blooming a couple of minutes, and we're just gonna start to prepare our station to have this dough come together. So we have flour, sugar, and salt that we'll be lightly whisking and adding to our stand mixer. And then we will lightly beat some eggs, adding the zest of orange and lemon, and that'll be our wet mixture along with some melted and cooled butter. And that is basically the basis of having this dough come together, along with our bloomed yeast that we have sitting behind us that is almost ready to add to the dough as well. All right, so are we ready to make this Easter bread?
We're ready.
All right, ready, Freddie, let's go. All right, so our dough batter is done. What you saw my mother do was in this stand mixer bowl, we added the flour, we added the salt and the sugar with the zest of one lemon and the zest of an orange, and then we whisked that together, and then we put our attachment paddle with the dough hook. Then we went ahead and beat some eggs, and then we added that in. We added our melted butter.
The melted cooled butter.
That's it. And the bloomed yeast milk mixture that you saw us prepare before. That went ahead and processed for about, I would say, a good 4 to 5 minutes, starting on slow and working a little bit higher until everything was well incorporated. And always with the good old trusted spatula.
Yes.
Always trying to grab those last little bits that never end up fully coming together. So scraper on the sides, making sure that everything fully mixes well. And the next step will be how long it has to rise for and how do we get it to rise.
So we'll be removing the dough and we'll be placing it in a bowl which I've lightly greased. This will help the dough to rise, and we'll cover it with plastic wrap. I'll put a tablecloth and put it in a warm corner in your house and let it rise for about 2 hours. The dough has to double in size.
Perfect. So we will go ahead and do that.
We'll see you in a couple of hours.
Yeah, see you in a couple of hours. Alright, so we're going to show you how to make the colorful Easter eggs that we use to decorate this beautiful Easter bread. So what was the first step that we did?
The first step is prepare your eggs. Yesterday I hard-boiled 4 eggs. I waited till they were completely cool and I put them in the refrigerator. The colder the egg is, the better the color will absorb onto it.
And then second step is?
You'll need some boiling water, vinegar, and food coloring. So we're going to be eyeballing this because I've done it many times. They need to set for about maybe 5-6 minutes.
Obviously do this in heat-proof glasses. So these are our coffee mugs, just to be sure. Don't break any glasses. Alright, so the first proofing is done. At least a minimum of 2 hours have passed, but a little bit longer doesn't hurt it at all.
Oh, it doesn't hurt, no.
It's covered, it's in a warm spot. This can go for 3-4 hours, totally fine. So as you can see, it has doubled in size.
Almost even triple.
Yes. So what my mother is going to be doing is on a lightly floured surface, she's going to be shaping these into the designs that we're going to be making. We will be doing 2 styles today. So
yeah,
we were going to be doing which ones?
I'll show the crown and I'll show a braided loaf.
Perfect. So we're going to show you how to do those 2, and when they are basically prepared and shaped, we're going to be putting them on a greased and parchment lined cookie sheet, and they're going to be needing a second proof. So let's zoom in on a closer look to show you the shapes that we'll be preparing for our Easter bread. Okay, so you saw my mother shaped a crown just by rolling out 2 logs of the dough, and then we nestled in one of the colored eggs that we showed you how to do previous.
Yes.
And then she did just a long braid. Now you can do these in different shapes. Honestly, you'll see a braid in a wreath, you'll see the traditional crown or long braids. Have fun with it, but she went just, this is the traditional.
This is the crown, which represents the crown that Jesus wore. And the braid, the 3 strands, represent the Holy Trinity.
We have then taken our cooled off decorated Easter eggs that we just showed you guys prior how to do, and we have placed them and nestled them in. And this is going to be proofing for a second time.
Yes.
Because it has to rest a little bit more, and then you'll see that it'll grow, correct?
Exactly. And the eggs will nestle itself better in the dough.
It's true. So they will fit in more because it'll grow a little bit more and it'll plump up. And then this second rest, we're going to be covering it with plastic wrap.
Plastic wrap.
A good 30 to 45 minutes of a second rest just to relax the gluten from having kneaded it and shaped it. And then this is going to be baking at 350
at 350 for about 30-35 minutes, give or take 5 minutes. I mean, everybody's oven is differently, or till it's completely golden brown at the top.
Alright, so the second proofing is done, and as you can see, it has doubled. I don't want to say doubled in size, but it has, you know, at least risen to a point where you see a visible difference. So the proper time to have a second rise is very, very much needed. And now what we're going to be doing is preparing a quick egg wash. We're going to be brushing this and also doing the garnish.
Yes, we do the garnish once we do the egg wash, and we're adding just a little splash of water in the egg. And try to avoid not going close to the eggs with the egg wash, because you don't want the dye like to go on the bread.
Let's get you in on a closer look, and we're going to show you how to prepare the simple egg wash and decorate this, and then in the oven it goes. Alright, so it has fully cooled at least to a nice room temperature to be able to cut, because you don't want to cut it too warm. If not, it's just going to be a big, too sticky. It'll stick together. You need to let it fully cool on a wire rack or in the pan that it baked in, and it becomes a nice and soft brioche type of sweet bread that is traditionally always done around Easter time. So this is something that we are going to give a try. What do you think?
No, I don't.
Okay, one a piece each? Want to split a piece?
Yeah, okay, let's go. Half.
Let's go.
Thanks, some of me.
Beautiful pull apart.
Oh yeah,
As
really
you can
soft
see,
and tender.
super simple to make. Takes a little bit of time for the rising, but perfect for Easter time. You have this video out in time to give it a try. And if you fail, try again, because like my mother told me today, That's how lots of recipes were made. It's during failing process. So do not get discouraged. Keep going. Laugh it out.
Practice makes perfect.
Practice makes perfect.
Mm.
The combination of orange and lemon is a classic panettone type flavor. So if you like the panettone flavor type, to me this always reminds me of those flavors. It always reminds me of holidays. It's exactly that. It's not to say it reminds me of Christmas or whatnot. It's holidays, it's family. Like those flavors to me is it's family time. There's gonna be a platter of something. This is delicious.
Special events, family getting together for whatever kind of occasion. This is perfect.
So delicious.
And the aroma of orange and lemon is all through my apartment. While it's baking, it's wonderful.
I love it.
Very, very good.
Oh my god, so good. So sorry. I'm gonna go for the other piece. We shouldn't have split a piece. I'm going for that second one. We just wanted to thank you guys for continuing to watch, tuning in, giving us words of encouragement in the comments. We read them, we see them, we try to reply as quick as possible, but from the bottom of our hearts, we truly do appreciate all of you, our viewers, to our old viewers and our new. We hope that you continue to like the content we put out.
We truly appreciate you watching. It really warms our hearts and inviting us into your kitchen. I want to take this moment to wish everybody Buona Santa and Buona Pasqua.
Happy Easter to all. Thanks for watching and catch us on the next episode. And as always, continue to
love what you eat.
Until the next time.
Arrivederci.
Ciao.